My rival tricked me to steal my virginity, and then my whole company. I am too drunk for this. The thought flickers in my mind, but it's faint, drowned out by the rush of heat spreading through my body. My skin is on fire, every nerve buzzing like I've been set alight. I should stop. I should think. But thinking is impossible when he is touching me. I don't even know how we got here. 1 second, there were drinks, too many drinks. The next, I was pressed against something solid, warm. Him. My breath stutters as hands, strong, steady hands, graze my waist, slipping under my shirt, pushing fabric up until cool air rushes over my overheated skin. A low sound escapes me. I can't hold it back. He's so close. His breath ghosts over my jaw, lips barely skimming my skin, teasing me. His scent, something dark, clean, male, fills my lungs, making me dizzy. Or maybe that's just the alcohol. I can't tell anymore. I just know I need this. My head tips back, and then lips. Hot, demanding, crashing against mine with a force that knocks the air from my lungs. I don't hesitate. I can't. My fingers curl into his shirt, desperate, pulling him closer. His mouth moves against mine, rough and insistent, stealing the last of my breath. His teeth scrape my lower lip, and I shudder, a whimper slipping out before I can stop it. I feel everything. His hands grip my waist, pulling me flush against him, and suddenly, I realize just how solid he is. Lean muscle, sharp edges, heat pressing into me from every angle. A low sound rumbles in his chest, and I swear I feel it everywhere. It's too much. It's not enough. My head spins as he moves, guiding me back, and then I feel it. The mattress at my back, soft but unyielding. He hovers over me, dark eyes heavy-lidded, watching me like he's waiting, like he's giving me a chance to stop this. I don't. I can't. Because I know somewhere deep inside me that this is my first time. That I never thought it would be like this. Drunk, hazy mess, but God, who cares? Not when his lips are dragging down my throat. Not when his hands are spreading heat across my skin. Not when I feel alive in a way I never have before. Tell me you want this, he murmurs against my skin, voice dark and low, sending a shiver straight through me. I don't even hesitate. Yes. It comes out breathless, desperate. I want this. And then everything explodes. His mouth crashes into mine again, hands pushing, pulling, taking. My body moves on instinct, arching into him, chasing every touch like I'll die without it. Clothes disappear between gasps and groans, and I don't even care how fast it is, how reckless, because for the first time in my life, I don't feel in control, and I love it. I wake up to a headache that feels like a sledgehammer to my skull. God damn. Everything is too bright, too loud, even though the room is dead silent. My tongue feels like sandpaper, and my body is heavy, sinking into the mattress like I've been here for years. Wait, what mattress? This isn't my bed. Panic slithers through my chest as I force my eyes open. The room is unfamiliar, modern, sleek, and way too expensive looking. Definitely not mine. I blink hard, trying to piece together how the hell I got here, but my brain is moving through fog. I shift, and that's when I feel it. Bare skin. Nothing but sheets covering me. My stomach drops. I'm naked. I hooked up. Shit. I squeeze my eyes shut, forcing myself to think. I remember drinking. Too much, obviously. I remember heat, hands on my skin, lips crashing against mine. My pulse kicks up. It was good. Freaking mind-blowing, actually. But who? I sit up too fast, and the room tilts violently. Nausea claws at my stomach, and I groan, pressing the heel of my hand against my forehead. I need to remember. Pieces come back in flashes. Laughter, voices, a voice. Low, dark, familiar. And then, I've always wanted you, Sebastian. The blood drains from my face. No. No, no, no. That can't be right. My pulse is a thunderous roar in my ears as I try to shove the thought away, but the memories keep coming. His hands, his voice, his mouth on mine. I can still feel him. I can still feel... Oh, damn. I hooked up with Andrew, my rival. My breath comes short and fast. My whole body locks up as if somehow, if I didn't move, this won't be real. As if I can just rewind time, erase this night, pretend it never happened. Because how the hell did this happen? I groan, dragging my hands down my face. This is bad. This is so bad. I can't even wrap my head around it. How did I get so drunk that I let him, Andrew freaking Carter, get me into bed? And why do I remember liking it? Nope, not going there. I shove the sheets off, swinging my legs over the side of the bed. Step 1, shower this night off my body. Step 2, get the hell out of here. Step 3, forget this ever happened. Ignoring the pounding in my skull, I find the bathroom, scrub myself raw under the water, and get dressed in record time. I feel better. Like if I just leave now, I can file this away as a terrible one-time mistake. Then, I grab my phone, and everything shatters. The screen is flooded with notifications, calls, texts, emails. My stomach tightens as I scroll through the endless messages. My best friend, my assistant, even my freaking lawyer, all blowing up my phone, and then the news alert. I click it without thinking. The headline punches the air from my lungs. Breaking. Carter Corp acquires Hamilton Enterprises. Andrew Carter named new CEO. I don't move. I don't breathe. I read it once, then twice, then again. My company, my fucking company, gone, taken, stolen by him. I stare at the screen, the words blurring together. My heart pounding so hard it feels like it might crack my ribs. This isn't real. It can't be real. But the article says otherwise. The whole world already knows. Andrew Carter didn't just steal my virginity last night. He destroyed me. I don't remember the drive to my office, or what used to be my office. All I know is 1 second, I'm staring at my phone in a haze of shock and rage, and the next, I'm shoving through the glass doors of my building, my heart hammering like it might rip through my ribs. People stop and stare as I storm through the lobby. I hear my name, hushed whispers, but I don't stop. I don't even think. I need to see him. I need to see the man who just ripped my entire life out from under me. When I reach the top floor, I don't wait. I don't knock. I don't give a single shit about the stunned assistant outside his office trying to stop me. Abruptly, eyes wide. Mr. Hamilton! But I'm already moving. I throw open the doors to my office. No, his office. Andrew Carter looks up from behind the desk, completely composed, like he expected me. Like this isn't the worst fucking moment of my life. The sight of him sitting there, where I should be, makes something snap. How dare you? My voice cracks through the room like a whip, my hand slamming onto the desk. How could you? Andrew exhales through his nose, setting his pen down. Sebastian? Don't. I cut him off, my whole body shaking. Don't fucking say my name like we're anything but enemies. His jaw tightens. I let out a sharp, humorless laugh. This was your plan all along, wasn't it? I spit. This is why you've been breathing down my neck for years, waiting for a moment to sink your fucking claws in and rip everything away from me. He didn't say anything. He didn't have to. I already know the answer. A bitter, furious snarl rips out of me. I grab the nearest thing, a paperweight, and throw it. It slams into the bookshelf behind him, crashing to the floor, but Andrew doesn't flinch. You son of a bitch, my chest heaves. This was mine. I built this company from the ground up. I bled for it, and you just... My breath stutters, voice raw. You just took it. Andrew finally stands. He moves slowly like I'm something volatile. Business is business, Sebastian. His voice is cool, steady. You should know that better than anyone. My vision goes white with rage. Fuck you. I move without thinking. I shove him hard. He stumbles back a step, but before I can do it again, he catches my wrist. Heat sears through my skin. For a second, neither of us move. The room is so quiet I can hear both of us breathing. Mine ragged, his controlled. And then, just as calmly, just as coldly, he says, "Work for me." I go still. My stomach drops, twisting violently. What? Andrew tilts his head. You still want a place here? You still want to be part of what you built? Then you have a choice. He lets go of my wrist. Work under me. I stare at him. He doesn't blink, doesn't smirk, doesn't gloat. He just waits, like he already knows my answer. And that kills me more than anything else. I scrape the last bit of peanut butter from the jar with a spoon, staring at the empty cabinets like food will magically appear if I glare hard enough. Spoiler, it doesn't. I toss the jar into the sink and rub my face, exhaling shakily. This is it, the lowest point of my life. I've sent out over a dozen job applications in the past month, and all I've gotten in return is radio silence. My reputation is a joke. No one wants to hire a CEO whose company got ripped out from under him. I could have taken his offer. Andrew fucking Carter. The thought of him sitting in my office, behind my desk, still makes my blood boil. He didn't just take my company, he took my entire life. But maybe this was always how it was going to end. Because we were never just rivals. We were the rivals. And it started long before the night I lost everything. The first time I saw Andrew Carter, I knew we were going to be a problem for each other. It was the first day of business strategy class. I walked in, feeling confident as hell. I had a plan, a 5-year, 10-year, hell, even a 20-year vision for my career. Then he walked in. Dark hair slicked back, crisp button down, the kind of effortless confidence that made people look twice. He took a seat across from me, met my eyes, and smirked. I didn't know why, but something in me immediately bristled. The professor started talking, but I barely heard him. I was too busy sizing up the guy in front of me. And then, the first discussion started. What would be your first move if you were put in charge of a failing company? Easy. I raised my hand. Rebrand. Reposition the company in the market and capitalize on a new target demographic. The professor nodded approvingly. Good. Anyone else? Andrew's hand went up. That's a short-term fix. If the company is failing, it's because the foundation is weak. You need to restructure from the inside out before worrying about branding. I turned my head so fast I nearly got whiplash. The professor grinned, like he lived for this kind of debate. Interesting, Mr. Hamilton. Thoughts? And just like that, we were off. Every class turned into a battle, every project a war, and neither of us ever backed down. The business case competition was supposed to be mine. We spent months preparing for it. My team was solid, our pitch was airtight. If we won, it would put us on the map for any top firm. We made it to the finals, and of course, the last team standing between us and victory was his. The night before the final pitch, I stayed in the library, triple-checking our strategy, making sure everything was perfect. And then, Andrew walked in. I ignored him. I tried to ignore him, but he made his way over to my table, leaned against it, and crossed his arms. Still working? He asked, sounding amused. I already finished mine hours ago. I clenched my jaw. Good for you, he hummed, tilting his head back. You look nervous, Hamilton. I gritted my teeth and kept my eyes on my laptop. You look annoying, Carter. He chuckled. Guess we'll see who wins tomorrow then. And we did. The next day, both teams presented. I nailed every single point, answered every judge's question perfectly. And then Andrew's team went. And somehow they edged us out by 1 damn point. I stood there, barely hearing the applause, barely feeling my teammates patting my back. All I could do was watch as Andrew walked past me, trophy in hand, and gave me that look. Not cocky, not arrogant, just that damn knowing look, like he knew it killed me. And it did. Senior year, job placements. There was one company I wanted, the company, the dream job. I worked my arse off for that interview. Knew everything about the firm, the role, the executives, their future plans. I walked out knowing I had it in the bag. The results were supposed to be posted that evening. I checked the board the second I could, and my name wasn't there, but his was. The room tilted for a second. No way! No way! I turned, scanning the crowd, and there he was, standing by the door, looking at the results with the same unreadable expression. I was in front of him before I could think. How the fuck did you get that job? He didn't even blink. I was the better candidate. My fingers curled into fists. Bullshit! He exhaled through his nose, his jaw tight. You really think you were the only one who worked for this? I took a step closer. I deserved it. So did I. I stared at him, chest heaving. He knew how much this meant to me, and he still took it. And that day, I swore I would never let him win again. I blink, snapping back to reality. My apartment is still dim, still silent, still fucking empty. Andrew Carter has always taken from me, and now he's taken everything. My phone buzzes. I ignore it. Probably another rejection. But then I see the name. Andrew Carter. I hesitate. Then I unlock the screen. The offer still stands. Think it over. My pride screams no, but the gnawing ache in my gut, the one that comes from being this desperate, makes me hesitate. Do I really have a choice? Walking into his office building feels like swallowing glass. The logo on the wall? My company's. The employees walking by? My people. The asshole behind the CEO desk? Not me. Andrew glances up as I step into his office. He leans back in his chair, effortlessly composed. Didn't think you'd actually show up. I grit my teeth. Didn't think you'd still need me. Oh, I don't, he smirks. But you do. I hate him. I hate him. I ignore the way his sleeves are rolled up, exposing strong forearms. Ignore the way his shirt is unbuttoned just enough to show a hint of collarbone. Let's get this over with, I say, voice flat. He hums, amused. Welcome to the team, Hamilton. His voice shouldn't send a shiver down my spine, but it does. It's been a month of working under him, a month of biting my tongue, swallowing my pride, and pretending this doesn't burn like hell. The company is doing well, thankfully. If it had crumbled under Andrew's control, I don't know if I would have felt justified or just wrecked. I still hate him, I guess. You're doing it wrong. Andrew's voice cuts through my thoughts as he leans over my desk, pointing at the report I've been working on. I push back my chair. Do you have to hover? Do you have to be this bad at following directions? He counters. I glare up at him, waiting for the usual smirk, the condescending quip. But instead, his brows are furrowed. He looks frustrated. Not in the haha I love making you miserable way. In the I actually give a shit way. It throws me off. Why do you care? I mutter. You won. His jaw tightens. This isn't about winning. And for a second, I see it. Something in his expression, something raw, something not cruel. Because despite everything, despite how much I wanted to believe he was nothing but ruthless, nothing but my enemy, Andrew Carter doesn't run this company like a man who stole it. He runs it like a man who wants to protect it. Like a man who, maybe, was never as heartless as I thought. Just fix it, he says, turning away. And I do, but not before staring after him, wondering why, after all these years, I'm finally starting to doubt my own hate. It's late. The office is quiet. Everyone's gone. Everyone except us. I rub my eyes, exhausted, but Andrew is still focused, scanning over reports. The glow of his desk lamp casts soft shadows over his face, making him look less sharp, less guarded, more real. You should go home, I say. He exhales, rubbing his temples. So should you. I hesitate. Do you ever stop? A bitter smile touches his lips. Do you? Silence stretches between us, heavy and charged, and then he looks at me. Really looks at me. Sebastian? His voice is lower now, almost hesitant. My breath catches. There's something there. Something unspoken. Something dangerous. For one reckless second, I think he might actually say something that changes everything. But then he blinks, straightens, and whatever was there, it's gone. Go home, he says, turning away. I should, but instead, I watch him a second longer, trying to figure out why, for the first time since this all started, I'm not so sure I hate him anymore. I don't know when it started. Maybe it was the way Andrew never gloated about taking the company. Maybe it was how he actually listened when I argued a point in meetings. Or maybe it was just the way he looked at me sometimes. Like he wasn't the villain I'd made him out to be. But the doubt was there now, and I fucking hated it. It gnawed at me as I sorted through old documents in the office storage, looking for files that should have been mine, the ones I had built this company on. And that's when I found it. A contract. My signature at the bottom. My breath hitched. I yanked the file from the cabinet, my hands tightening around the pages. This wasn't a hostile takeover. This was a betrayal in the dead of night. I had signed the company over. Me. I staggered back, my mind spinning. Why the hell would I do that? Why the fuck couldn't I remember doing it? The last thing I did remember from that night was drinking, talking to Andrew, saying reckless, stupid things about wanting him. And then I squeezed my eyes shut. I had woken up naked in his bed, assumed the worst, assumed he had tricked me. But what if I had been wrong? What if the truth was far worse? I don't sleep that night, or the next. The contract haunts me. My own fucking signature mocks me every time I close my eyes. The memory isn't there, no matter how hard I try to claw it back. And if Andrew wasn't the one who manipulated me, who did? I spend days combing through old emails, old reports, anything that could explain how the hell I ended up signing my own empire away. And that's when I see it. Transactions I don't remember approving. Investors backing out at the last second. Numbers that didn't add up. Someone had been pulling strings behind the scenes. Someone had been bleeding my company dry. I grab my phone, my hands shaking as I type out a message. What do you know about this? I attach the files and hit send. Minutes later, my screen lights up. Andrew. My office, now. I storm into his office, slamming the door shut behind me. You knew? Andrew doesn't look surprised. He leans against his desk, arms crossed. I suspected. You suspected? My voice rises. And you didn't think to fucking tell me? His expression darkens. Would you have listened? I open my mouth, then close it, because we both know the answer. I was so fucking blind. Who was it? I demanded. Who did this? Andrew sighs, running a hand through his hair. A third party. Someone who wanted your company in the dirt before they swooped in. They were manipulating your finances for months. If I hadn't stepped in, you wouldn't have just lost the company. You would have lost everything. I feel sick. Why didn't you tell me? He looks at me, and there's something raw in his expression. Because you would have fought me anyway. His voice is quieter now. Because I knew you'd rather burn than let me be the one to put out the fire. The words knock the air out of me. Because he's right. I hate that he's right. I take a step forward, my hands curling into fists. You should have told me anyway. And what? Let you self-destruct? His voice sharpens. You were spiraling, Sebastian. You were too stubborn to see it. I shove him. You should have given me the choice. He shoves me back. You didn't leave me a fucking choice. And then, I don't know who moves first. 1 second, we're fighting, breathing hard, glaring. The next, I've got his shirt clenched in my fists, and his mouth is on mine. It's desperate, angry, messy. Teeth clash, hands grip. I hate him. I hate him so fucking much. So why does this feel like the only thing keeping me from falling apart? I rip myself away, breathing hard, my hands still fisted in Andrew's shirt. My heart is pounding, my lips tingling, but my fucking head is a war zone. Andrew just looks at me, his chest rising and falling, his jaw tight, eyes dark with something I don't want to name. I shake my head. No. His hands clench at his sides. No? His voice is rough. This doesn't change anything, I snap, turning away. It changes everything, he counters immediately, and I hate how sure he sounds. I spin back to him. I still can't forgive you. I never asked you to. His words hit harder than I expected. There's no gloating, no smugness, just something bitter, something tired. I don't know what to do with that. I take a step back, needing distance. My throat is tight. I need to think. Andrew watches me, his face unreadable. Then, with the slightest nod, he steps aside, letting me pass. I don't look back as I leave his office, because if I do, I'm afraid I'll see something I'm not ready for. Something in his eyes, something in mine. I don't sleep. I don't eat much either. All I do is dig. I comb through everything. Emails, transactions, board meetings, records I should have looked at months ago, but had been too blind, too busy fighting Andrew to see what was really happening. And then, one night, it hits me like a sledgehammer to the chest. The leaks, the deals that went under, the subtle shifts in power, the slow, steady drain of my company's finances, and the name behind it all? William Crawford. A name I knew, a name I trusted, a name belonging to one of my own board members. My stomach twists. I pull up more files, scanning everything. Crawford had been setting me up for months. He'd been the one sabotaging deals, making sure investors backed out at the last second. He'd made it look like I was running the company into the ground, and once I was desperate enough, once I had no other option, he would have swooped in, offering a solution. But Andrew had beaten him to it, not out of malice, not out of greed, but to save it, to save me. I suck in a breath, staring at the screen. The weight of it crashes over me, suffocating. All this time, I thought Andrew had been my worst enemy, that he had taken everything from me just because he could. But I had been wrong. So fucking wrong. I was drowning. My company was dying, and I hadn't even realized it. Andrew had stepped in before Crawford could deliver the killing blow. I let out a shaky exhale, running a hand through my hair. All that rage, that hatred, it had been pointed at the wrong person. And I had kissed him. Fuck. I press my palms into my eyes. My head is a mess, because I still don't know how to feel about him. I should hate him. I do hate him. Don't I? I grip my teeth. No, not now. Focus. I need to talk to him. No more running, no more lashing out without thinking, because this truth changes everything. I storm into Andrew's office, slamming the door behind me so hard the glass trembles. He looks up from his desk, unsurprised. His eyes flicker over my face. He can probably see the exhaustion, the frustration, the sleepless nights catching up to me, but I don't care. You knew, I say, my voice hoarse. You knew it wasn't you. Andrew exhales slowly, setting his pen down. Sebastian, don't. I grip my teeth, my fists curling. You let me believe it. You let me think you fucking betrayed me when the truth was right there. Would it have made a difference? He cuts in, voice calm but heavy. That stops me. My pulse pounds in my ears. What? Andrew stands, rounding the desk with measured steps. If I had told you everything back then, if I had explained, if I had tried to make you understand, would you have listened? Would you have believed me? I opened my mouth, then shut it, because I don't know. I honestly don't know. I did what I had to do, Seb, He continues, softer now. You were about to lose everything. Crawford had his hands wrapped around your company's throat. And you? He shakes his head. You were too busy fighting me to even see it happening. I swallow hard. So you decided to take everything first. Andrew's jaw tightens. I decided to save it. To save you. I let out a short, bitter laugh. By stealing it. By making me think you ruined me? He exhaled, running a hand through his dark hair. You wouldn't have accepted my help, Sebastian. You would have fought me every step of the way. His gaze locks onto mine, sharp and unflinching. I'd rather you hate me than watch you lose everything. His words hit like a punch to the gut. So, that was it? I rasp. You let me spend months thinking you fucked me over, thinking you manipulated me into... I stop myself before I say that night. My throat burns. Why? Why the fuck would you do that? He's silent for a moment. Then, his voice drops, low and strained. Because it was never just a rivalry for me. I still. Andrew's eyes darken, his expression unreadable. I competed with you because I wanted you, because I couldn't stop wanting you. From the moment we met, you consumed me, and I thought, maybe if I beat you at everything, maybe if I pushed you hard enough, you'd finally see me. My breath stutters in my chest. But I never wanted to destroy you, he murmurs. Not then, not now. I feel like I can't move, can't breathe. His gaze drops for a second, just a flicker, before meeting mine again. The night you lost the company, he swallows. That night, you were a mess. Drunk, angry, and for the first time, you weren't fighting me. You wanted me, and I... His voice catches. I thought maybe just for one night, I could have you the way I always wanted. I suck in a sharp breath. Andrew's expression hardens. But even then, I didn't take what wasn't mine. You kissed me. You pulled me to you. You wanted me like I had wanted you for years. And then you woke up hating me and I... His voice falters. I watch his throat bob as he exhales, gaze dropping to the floor for just a second before he steadies himself. So I let you hate me. His voice is quieter now. Because I knew, if you found out the truth, if you knew I was trying to protect you, you wouldn't have been able to handle it. The room is suffocating. My chest is too tight. My thoughts spinning too fast. I should be angry. I should be furious. But all I feel is the slow, heavy weight of something breaking inside me. Because I know he's right. Because I know, deep down, I don't hate him like I've told myself I do. I never really have. I don't know when I made my decision. Maybe it was the moment I walked out of Andrew's office after our fight, my chest too tight, my head too full. Maybe it was sometime in the sleepless hours after, staring at my ceiling, replaying everything I had refused to see before. Or maybe, just maybe, I've always known. I was just too damn stubborn to accept it. The truth still hurts. The weight of everything we've been through, the war we waged against each other for years. It doesn't just disappear overnight. But now I know. It was never about Andrew ruining me. It was about him saving me, even when I didn't want to be saved. And the worst part? I think a part of me always knew. I just didn't want to admit that the one person I spent my whole life trying to beat was the only person who ever really saw me. That's why I'm here. I don't knock. I just push open his office door and step inside. Andrew looks up, startled. For the first time since I've known him, I see genuine shock on his face. Like he never expected to see me again. Like he had already convinced himself he lost me. Sebastian? His voice is cautious, like he doesn't trust what he's seeing, like he doesn't trust me. I don't blame him. I don't give him time to think. I just walk straight up to him and kiss him. It's not desperate, not angry, not a mistake blurred by alcohol and regret. It's real, intentional. Everything I spent years ignoring, wrapped up into one moment. Andrew doesn't move at first. He's completely still, like he doesn't believe it's happening, like he doesn't believe I'm happening. Then his hands grip my waist, hesitant at first, then tight, pulling me in. His breath is shaky against my lips. What? I don't let him finish. I kiss him again, firmer this time, my fingers curling into the fabric of his shirt. You thought you lost me, I murmur when we break apart. His throat bobs, his hands still gripping me like I'll disappear if he lets go. Didn't I? I shake my head, swallowing hard. You saved me, even when I didn't want you to, even when I hated you for it, and I should hate you now, but I don't. His brows furrow slightly, like he's still waiting for the part where I push him away again. I exhale shakily. I don't want to keep fighting you, Andrew. I don't want to spend another second pretending like I don't. My voice catches. I swallow. Like I don't want this. Silence. Then Andrew exhales, a sharp, uneven breath, like something inside him just snapped. And then he's kissing me again, like he finally believes it. It's been 2 years since that night in his office, since I finally stopped fighting what had been inevitable from the start, since I let myself have him. Shortly after, Andrew returned my company to me. No strings, no conditions, just gave it back. Said it was always mine. Said he just wanted me happy. I am. We built something together, not just a business, but us. And now we're getting married. I never thought I'd be here, standing beside the man I once swore to hate, loving him. But I do. And as I look at him now, waiting for me at the altar, I know one thing for sure. This is my greatest victory yet. Do you agree with Andrew's approach to saving Sebastian? Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing to become a part of our Rainbow Force and stay wholesome.